While I was in Skiatook, Oklahoma for the Video Woodworkers event, I demonstrated how to metal leaf a surface and treat the various metals with chemicals to impart a unique patina finish. Sean Graham gave me a bowl to demonstrate how to apply the technique to a curved surface. I decided to make this video for those who couldn't attend the event. To start, you need a bowl. I learned a couple of things while working on this project. First, it's best to paint the surface after the bowl has been completed. Reason? I ended up remaking this bowl 3 times, as the first 2 attempts resulted in catastrophe when I tried to make this into a small hollow form. Second, sharpen your tools frequently. A dull tool tends to tear out the wood grain, which requires a lot of sanding. And surface preparation is key for making a piece like this to be outstanding or flawed. The first coats I apply are a white shellac-based primer, sanded to 220 grit, followed by Japan Color oil-based paint. I made a detailed video on this portion of the process, so if you're interested in seeing that, you can view the video here. Once the bowl or vessel has been turned, painted, and sanded with at least 220 grit paper, it's time to apply the adhesive for the metal leaf. I use a 3-hour oil-based Gilder's size and apply it with a brush. The final strokes are made from the top to the bottom, and any debris, such as fuzz or brush bristles, are removed. After about 45 minutes, the size is ready to accept the metal leaf. For this project, I'm using primarily silver leaf. It's much easier to apply loose metal leaf for curved surfaces than transfer leaf. The loose leaf metals will curve to the surface with a slight blow of air. I start at the rim of the bowl and drag the paper up off the leaf as I move the leaf toward the top, slightly blowing on the silver to adhere it to the surface. If you choose to use a resist, such as this plastic mesh, you'll want to use a soft bristle brush to tamp the metal into the spaces. You can use your wife's expensive makeup brush, but you didn't hear that from me. Just quickly return it, never mind the silver dust in the brush, just call it glitter. I use the skewings from previous projects to cover the gaps in the recess at the bottom of the bowl for visual interest. When all the metal leaf has been added, I use a fresh piece of wax paper to protect the metal as I rub or burnish the leaf with my finger. Rub the surface with your finger, not with the wax paper. Metal leaf is 3/millionths of an inch thick and is easily torn. My preferred chemical to add a patina to silver is liver of sulfur or potash sulfurated. It starts out turning the silver orange, then red, then green to blue, and eventually black. It all depends on the strength of the solution and the time in contact with the metal. I use a 1/4 cup of water to 1/8 teaspoon of chemical. The delivery vehicle for this will first be cheesecloth. I dab the cloth with an acid brush in a random pattern, and then with a damp piece of tissue paper, I add more of the solution and then wrap the bowl up in plastic to fume for 15 minutes. The result is always impressive. Keep in mind the chemicals will remain active on the surface until it's dry. You can stop the reaction quickly with a hairdryer if needed. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and please click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. You can keep up with projects I'm working on by following me on Instagram and catch up with older projects by visiting my website, where I have detailed articles and plans available. To seal the deal, I apply a coat of dewaxed shellac, then several coats of lacquer for a glossy finish. This can be done on nearly any surface to up your game for surface treatment and finishing. Thanks for watching. I'm Sean. See you next time.